Welcome back to the InScentive Collection. I be the host, Brandon, and today we are getting into another Dries Van Noten fragrance. I'm excited for this one because I'm a huge. The more I review fragrances, the more I realize how much I love rose, which is crazy. Anyway, so we have Rose Carnivora. Yeah, Rose Carnivora. I have no idea what we're gonna get into here, but just know, well, let's get the bottle out, right? We have like a pink, so maybe it's like a pink rose, but then we also have some type of stripes, black and white stripes, black and white stripes. This is a Rose Vetiver fragrance, and I think this is Zarahoff's Black Rose has vetiver in it, so it was more of a green type of vetiver and not a green type of rose, and not a more of a juicy Turkish rose. Well, I said it had Turkish rose. I didn't smell it. So let's see what we have here. We're not going to waste too much time. I'll go ahead and find it in the pack. Bam! Got it. It's out. And I like the fact that you can see what you pulled out. Like, hey, does it look like this? No? Then it's the wrong one. I guess, but you'd have to have a reference. But, well, you do have a reference. It's right here. So, yeah, I like that. I like the fact that you can see what you're getting out. I like that. I like that. All right. So, another clear fragrance. So far, all these fragrances are clear. Or they, like, I think one or two may have had a tinge, but they're mostly clear. So, you know. Whoa, did you see that? That was nasty. That was awesome. So, let's go ahead and get this on. I'm a big Rose fan, so don't disappoint me. They have very complex fragrances. So, I'm very curious to see. Ooh. Nice. Good atomizer. So far, these atomizers are all kind of, they're all. This reminds me of something, but I just don't know what. It took me back to being like 14. Probably something my mom used to wear. I don't know. In Dries Van Noten's garden, the last petal of autumn's California rose unfolds, unveiling a beauty that is both raw and refined. Rose Carnivora is a velvet rose crafted in Chiaroscuro, a rose in its wild, beautifully imperfect, natural, rooted in noble, earthy depth of vetiver. I like that one. The bottle pairs powdery pink glass with an animal print pattern on porcelain, creating a delicate contrast. It's not a delicate contrast at all. It's probably the most contrasty bottle out of the set. In the top notes, you have pink pepper, rose, and the heart notes, vetiver, floral, bouquet. Come on. In the base, you have patchouli and cistus. 90% naturally derived ingredients. This is nature, unfiltered, with all of its little flaws. This rose is not romantic. It is strangely beautiful, real, imperfect, and ambiguous. By Daphne Buggy, the perfumer. This smells familiar, but brand new at the same time. It invokes memory, but also takes me down a new path. I like this. Now, this is definitely a female. There's a citrus in here. Yeah, they're not listing everything. There's no way. But it could be. There's a citrus in here. There's definitely a citrus in here. I like this. There's something comforting about it. And it is a very, it is, like you have Lyric Man and then you have Black Rose. This is more of a this is Black Rose done right. Okay? This smells addicting. Yes, this is addicting. I did a video on a live stream, some shorts in a live stream, like what makes a fragrance good versus addicting? Because they're not necessarily the same thing. This is the bottle. I don't know if I showed it. I think I did. It smells good, guys. What can I say about it? This smells good. Definitely female. Definitely older. I would say, 25. And this is a career-driven woman right here. This is business pants. It's like, what is it, pantsuit that women wear? Yeah, that's this. It is more earthy than like a bouquet of flowers. I don't understand that note at all. Like, that's not even an accord. That's not even trying. Floral bouquet. Come on now. Patchouli, cistus. Let's see what Fragrantica has to say about this. What are their thoughts and opinions? Woody, rose, earthy, patchouli, aromatic, floral, soft spice, warm spice, amber, balsamic. I'm getting a citrus. It also has like a soapiness to it. Like there is some type of musk. But it's a very dry, lemony, ashy type of vetiver. It's not an earthy, muddy vetiver. I don't know. I personally, and this is one of the first times I've just like really disagreed with what exactly is going on in the notes, personally, which is unusual. Wow. This is good. This is very good. Yeah, definitely get your nose on this. I think I'm getting pink pepper. Because pink pepper is more smooth than it is prickly. Maybe that's what it is that I'm smelling that I think is the, because pepper also kind of comes off as a citrus because of how like prickly it is. And pink pepper is more sweet. So maybe that's what's kind of throwing my nose for a loop. But overall, this is a good fragrance. This is a good fragrance. I definitely think that there's a lot going on here that they're not talking about in the notes. For whatever reason. I don't know why, but I definitely feel as though this is like one of the most obvious fragrances. Now it is dying down. It's getting a little bit smoother. It's not as ashy, but it's also, I think that's like, yeah, there's musk in here, man. There's definitely more of a soapiness that's coming forward. Definitely. This is one of my favorite fragrances from the bunch. Definitely feminine. I would never wear this, but I would love to gift this to somebody. I would love to gift this. I think it's a great smelling fragrance. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. What do you think about the house? So far I like a lot of stuff for the house. I love the fashion. I love the bottles. I love the scent. I love the nuances in the scents. The scents take you on journeys. And it feels like the perfumers are really able to just make something creative and let it and go wild. To me, it's kind of like, now I'm not saying they're on the level of Nishane, but it seems like a lot of these fragrances are like in the realm of the experimental line of Nishane. Not as strong, but a little bit more nuanced. I think less directional, but more creative. Like, hey, like do what you want to do, you know? Yeah, that's my opinion. I like this. Like I said, I would say this is definitely for a female, older woman. I like this. I like this. It's definitely, and I also would say it's probably all year roundish. But you know, with performance, you might not want to wear this in the winter, like a cold New York winter. You might not want to wear it then. But if, you know, performance is above average, I'll definitely let you know, but I'm not getting that from this. And I sprayed some fragrances earlier from this house, and these are changing too. Yeah, these fragrances change. Like, it's just a constant drip up. And they change dramatically. That's one of the things I love about this house so far. So far, I would say these fragrances are worth it. I would say they're worth it. But it's complicated because like you need to get your nose on the dry down, because the dry down is dramatically different. Dramatically different. Usually like in the mid is where you start to get where the fragrance is going to go. That is not the case on almost any of the fragrances that I've smelled from this house. With the exception of Rock the Myrrh. That one pretty much ended up where it started. Those are my impressions. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Okay, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for watching. This is an 11-minute video. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.